What feels like normal parenting is quietly shaping your baby's nervous system. The same small reactions you forget within seconds can stay inside your child for years. You are about to see the exact everyday moments that wire how your baby feels safety, emotion, and connection. Imagine you are holding your baby in one hand and your phone is in the other. The baby starts to cry while you scroll. You know you should put the phone down, but you feel tired enough to delay it, telling yourself, just a few seconds won't matter. From the outside, nothing looks wrong in that moment, but your baby is not reacting to what you intend. They are reacting to what changes in you. What you are about to see is not about good or bad parenting. It is about what your baby's brain is learning from these repeated moments. Why crying, tone, attention, and presence all become internal wiring. And once you see how these patterns actually form, you will stop seeing these moments as small. We start with the first one. Many parents look down at their phones, telling themselves, "I'll just wait a few more minutes. Maybe they'll calm down." But silence is not neutral to a crying baby. When an infant is crying in their crib at night, their developing nervous system cannot understand your good intentions. Constantly delaying your response floods their tiny body with deep stress. Over time, their brain connects distress with uncertainty instead of comfort. You are not teaching independence here. You are teaching uncertainty. As a result, the child grows up with a higher baseline of anxiety and less trust in their caregivers. Sometimes, the fastest response creates the most secure child. But responsiveness is not just about your timing. It is also about how your voice enters the room. After an exhausting day, you pick up your baby and gently say, "It's okay, I'm here." But at that moment, your voice is tight and strained. Did you know that babies decode safety through your tone long before they understand your words? Your baby hears your nervous system, not your sentence. This misalignment between comfort words and a stressed tone creates deep emotional confusion for your child. The truth is, your words don't regulate your baby. Your tone does. A calm voice changes more than calm words ever will. And when interaction is forced, communication becomes something else entirely. When a baby turns their head away from a relative, adults often force the interaction anyway. They look at the child and tell themselves they just need to get used to people. But looking away is not rejection. It is regulation. When you constantly override this withdrawal, you teach your child that their boundaries don't matter. Interrupting that natural signal reduces their developing autonomy. A turned face is communication, not disobedience. As a result, the child struggles to recognize their own limits and fails to signal discomfort later in life. The truth is, respecting distance teaches safety faster than forcing closeness. But even when no one is interacting, children are still learning from emotional labeling. When a child cries over a broken toy, the instinct for many parents is to say, "You're fine, stop crying." They think that stopping the tears makes the problem go away faster. But you are not calming the emotion, you are overriding it. This minimization disconnects their internal feeling from external validation. True co-regulation requires emotional matching. When your words deny their reality, it creates an invisible disconnect. Do you want your child to grow up unable to understand their own feelings? What you dismiss today, your child learns to dismiss internally tomorrow. Naming the emotion is always stronger than trying to correct it. And sometimes, absence is not physical. It is attention itself. Many parents look at their phones while holding their baby, telling themselves, just 1 minute of scrolling won't matter. But when your eyes lock onto the screen, your face becomes blank and unresponsive. Did you know that babies read your facial expressions as a direct signal of safety? To a baby, your face is the environment. This still face pattern instantly triggers a deep distress response because they lose that vital connection loop. No response is still a response. A distracted parent is a present body but an absent signal. As a result, the child develops intense attention-seeking behaviors and deep emotional insecurity. But too much input can also break their internal balance completely. In a room filled with TV sounds, noisy toys, bright lights, and voices, a baby starts to cry. Naturally, many parents try to distract them with another toy, thinking, maybe they are just bored and need comfort. But more input does not mean more comfort. Flooding their developing system with endless sounds and images prevents their nervous system from returning to baseline. This sensory overload is often misread by adults as simple fussiness. Sometimes, silence is the only input that repairs the system. You must remember that a regulated child is not a stimulated child. Constant overload lowers their tolerance for quiet states and increases their emotional sensitivity later on. And when a child initiates connection, the brain builds itself. When a curious child points at a new object, they are sending a signal for connection. But because they are busy, many parents ignore that moment, telling themselves they'll figure it out eventually. But they don't know that neural development depends on the timing of this back and forth interaction. Constantly interrupting this communication loop reduces the strength of their brain pathways. You must remember that connection builds the brain faster than instruction. What you ignore today becomes what they stop offering tomorrow. A simple look or a nod given in seconds builds skills that last for years. As a result of this neglect, the child may face delayed language development and weaker attention regulation. But even leaving the room carries a neurological message. To avoid seeing their child cry, many parents sneak out when the baby is distracted. They look away and tell themselves, "It's better if they don't see me leave." But an unpredictable disappearance instantly increases anxiety and insecurity in your child. This avoidance robs them of the chance to learn how to handle separation. Goodbyes are not emotional damage. They are emotional mapping. A visible goodbye is always safer than an invisible disappearance. Predictability builds safety more than avoidance ever can. As a result of sneaking away, the child develops higher separation anxiety and loses confidence in exploring the world. But safety is not only emotional, it is physical presence too. Many parents place their baby in the crib for long periods, with minimal holding during calm moments. They look at the child and tell themselves they are fed, clean, and safe. But safety is not the absence of danger. It is the presence of connection. Constantly reducing physical touch lowers their feel-good hormones and increases a hidden baseline of stress. You must understand that holding is not just comfort. It is biological regulation. A held baby is a regulated nervous system. As a result of this touch deficit, the child lives with chronic low-level stress, even in the safest environment. Because even perfect physical care can fail if emotional presence is missing. There are moments when you are sitting right next to your child, but your mind is completely exhausted and detached. You look away, telling yourself, "I'm here with them. I'm just tired." But presence without presence is still absence to a child. Your baby does not only meet your actions, they meet your state. The child quietly mirrors your emotional energy to map out their own safety baseline. A disconnected parent still shapes a connected brain. As a result of this emotional distance, the child grows up with a distorted emotional baseline and a deep sense of insecurity. In the end, what shapes a child most is not isolated parenting decisions. It is the repeated emotional patterns that happen when you are tired, distracted, or overwhelmed. These moments are small in our awareness, but they are consistent in their impact. Some parents just react in the moment. Other parents notice the moment while it is happening. The difference is not love. It is awareness. Your child doesn't remember your explanations. They adapt to your presence. Think of one moment today when you reacted automatically. What do you think your child learned in that exact second? Let me know in the comments below. If this video helped you see parenting in a clearer way, there is more we can break down together in the next video. Small moments are never small to a developing mind.